The Elder Scrolls series has been on every platform: consoles, PC, Mac, mobile, VR, virtual assistants, but how does it fare in the kitchen? I'm going to be critiquing the Elder Scrolls Cookbook on 3 different things: immersion, instruction, and flavor. Let's get started. How well does this cookbook capture the world of Elder Scrolls? When you open up the book, the first thing you're greeted by is this wonderful map of Tamriel. I've only played Skyrim and a bit of Morrowind, so it's nice to see how those games are connected, and seeing all of the different regions helps set the tone for the rest of the book. The book goes through the culture of those regions and the cuisine and taste of the people that live in those places, giving you a peek into their lives and the way they live. Don't you want to know what a Khajiit eat? The recipes themselves contain many references to well-known Elder Scrolls locations and creatures in the descriptions. I really like how they tried to fictionalize some ingredients like horker meat and mud crabs. Those damn mud crabs. But for the most part, the recipes are pretty much Middle Ages European food, and it relies heavily on the flavor text to tie in the theme. There's only a handful of creative recipes that really feel like they're from a different universe, and I wish there was more of that. The artwork is great, and each recipe is accompanied by awesome food photography. The storytelling is well written enough to be interesting and makes it believable that these foods and dishes are eaten in the world of Elder Scrolls. 4 out of 5 for immersion. The recipes in this cookbook are fairly simple and straightforward. It even has a difficulty level for each dish, and the most difficult one is the sunlight souffle. So if you're good with souffles, you can pretty much do any dish in this book. The ingredients are for the most part very familiar, and you'll likely already have them in your pantry. There is a chapter on drinks at the end though, which requires some herbs and spices that are more on the uncommon side, but the main dishes you can most likely source from your local grocery. When I was cooking the dishes, there were some guesswork involved in some of the steps, but for the most part, the steps were very easy to follow and they weren't that complicated. At the end of the book, there's even a dietary considerations and a measurement conversion chart, which is always helpful. 4 out of 5 for instructions. To judge the taste, I'm gonna be cooking a full Elder Scrolls meal, 1 app, 1 main, and 1 dessert, and trying them all out. Let's see how it goes. Alright, you have before you a full Elder Scrolls meal. Now it's time to see how they taste. For the hot mud crab dip, I served them on Melba toast, but you can use any type of cracker or bread that you have. The herbs from the Stormcloak seasoning really comes through. The dill, mustard seed, and fennel gives it a really herby taste that's unlike any crab dip I've ever had. I would definitely make this again. It's super easy to make. Really, the hardest part is killing the giant mud crab. The horker meat, in my opinion, is the most creative dish in the book. They tried to make it look like the horkers in the game with the tusks on top and the bacon slices as their wrinkly skin. Not gonna lie, I messed this up and undercooked it. I should have left it in the oven longer than the time suggested in the recipe. Since it was hella red when I cut it, I decided to just slice it up, add more bacon, and pop it back in. The meat was very flavorful and well seasoned. The use of smoked oysters surprised me at first, but you don't really taste it, and I think it just adds to the umami-ness of the meat. And let me guess, someone stole your sweet roll. If they did, you can have some of the ones I made. These ones turned out pretty soft and fluffy. The bread itself has the perfect amount of sweetness, but the icing is sickly sweet. I should have used less icing, but I wanted it to have that drippy glazed look like in the book. Overall, the Elder Scrolls meal was pretty good. None of the dishes blew my mind or anything, but I appreciate that some of the recipes take risks in terms of flavors and ingredients. I was very pleasantly surprised by the Stormcloak seasoning, and I'm looking to try the other seasoning blends like the Imperial seasoning and Nord spices. Other than that, I think I was very happy with the meal, and I thought everything tasted pretty good. For flavor, I give this a 4 out of 5. So there you have it. That's my take on the Elder Scrolls Cookbook. What did you think of the food? Where did I mess up? Do you want to see any of the other recipes? How much do you hate those giant mud crabs? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Happy gaming. Happy eating.